Sometimes people don't want to file bankruptcy, even though they should, because they feel bad about it. Sometimes it's a question of self-esteem. So one thing we've done here in our office to reassure our clients is we've compiled a list of very famous people, very successful people who filed bankruptcy. And I just want to, for the fun of it, go through some of these names for you because I think you'll be surprised. And keep in mind that many of these people filed bankruptcy in the midst of what you or we in the public thought were spectacular careers. So here's my list, and I'm just going to give you some of it. We can't go through all of it, but these are some famous entertainers who filed bankruptcy. Kim Basinger filed bankruptcy in 1993. She was very famous in 1993. She filed bankruptcy. Toni Braxton, 5-time Grammy Award winner, filed bankruptcy. She sold more than 15 million albums, but she filed bankruptcy in 1997. And then in 1999, she signed a new contract worth $25 million. David Crosby, one of my favorites from Crosby, Stills and Nash, he filed bankruptcy in 1985. This was after the great success of Crosby, Stills and Nash. He was trying to establish himself as a solo artist, and he wasn't doing well. He had to file bankruptcy. Marvin Gaye, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Larry King of night television. Larry King filed bankruptcy. Cyndi Lauper filed bankruptcy. Jerry Lee Lewis, MC Hammer, Meatloaf, Egg McMahon, Willie Nelson, another favorite of mine. He filed bankruptcy just a few years ago. Tom Petty, rapper 50 Cent, Burt Reynolds, Mickey Rooney, Anna Nicole Smith. Those are some famous entertainers who filed bankruptcy. How about politicians? You think, well, I filed bankruptcy, I'll be finished in politics. Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, filed bankruptcy. John B. Connally Jr., if you remember, John Connally Jr. was the governor of Texas. He was in the car when JFK was shot. He filed bankruptcy. And at one time, he had been worth $100 million. Ulysses S. Grant, another president. George McGovern, who ran for president against Nixon. William McKinley. You heard of Mount McKinley? William McKinley, who was our president, he filed bankruptcy. P.T. Barnum of the circus filed bankruptcy. And here's one that might surprise you. Henry Ford from Ford Motor Company filed bankruptcy. You ever used Heinz ketchup? Well, Henry John Heinz of the Heinz family, the Heinz famous gazillion-dollar family, he filed bankruptcy. So it just shows you that filing bankruptcy is not the end. It can often be a new beginning. All these people had new beginnings and became very wealthy, a fresh start. How about Hershey from the Hershey chocolate, famous Hershey chocolate company? He filed bankruptcy. Here's a famous one for you, the creator of Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney. I bet you didn't know he filed bankruptcy. So if you're thinking about filing bankruptcy, you don't have to feel terrible about yourself. It's a fresh start. You see all these extremely successful and respected people filed, and I have more names for you. Mark Twain and L. Frank Baum, who wrote the Wizard of Oz. And I'm being told to wrap it up, so I will. I have a list of famous athletes, but I won't go through it all. But just take my word for it. It's not the end of the world to file bankruptcy. You can see from this list, which is a very partial list, there have been many famous and very successful people who filed bankruptcy, including our current president, who filed not personal bankruptcy, but Donald Trump filed some business bankruptcies. So it's not so bad.